Hello and welcome to the Daily Millwall for Tuesday the 26th of November 2024. In today's Millwall news, we start off with this from the southernnews.co.uk. Harris wants Millwall to maintain the mentality that led to 8-game unbeaten run. Neil Harris urged his side to maintain their consistency ahead of 2 away clashes with Portsmouth and Oxford United this week, following another positive result against the top 4 side on Saturday. And as we know, Mill fans, we do know that the players get up for the big games, and we have absolute stinkers against teams at the bottom of the table. That is what we do. Femi Aziz equalised in injury time to earn Millwall a 1-1 draw against second place Sunderland. Well, come on, be fair, come on. They were first. They were top of the table when we beat them. They only came second after Leeds beat Swansea on the Sunday. So let's get it right, please. We beat the team that was top of the table. Well, we didn't, but we drew. Felt like a win when you equalise later on. Feels like a win, doesn't it? Saturday's result marked the third time this November that Millwall have taken points off a top 4 side at the Den. Before the international break, they defeated league leaders Leeds United and 4th place Burnley, with both games ending 1-0 to Millwall. The Lions are now set to face 2 sides near the bottom of the Championship, Portsmouth at 23rd, while Oxford United are 18th. While Harris is pleased with his side's record against top sides, he emphasised the importance of maintaining that form against teams lower down the table. I'm fully aware, as a Millwall ex-player and the current Millwall manager and ex-manager, as the underdog, we're about the hardest team you can ever come across, Harris said. We have to make sure that we're consistent with what we do. Now we're going to Portsmouth and Oxford, and we're taking sold-out away-ins. It's down to the players to show that same mentality and resilience and desire to want to win games of football and that we've had in our last 8 games. Mill now head into tomorrow's clash with Portsmouth with plenty of momentum. We're 8 games unbeaten now, which stretches back a period of time. It keeps the confidence high, makes this place, the Den, a very difficult thought process for the opponent to come and try and get a victory. It keeps the individual players in a good place as well. Nobody wants to get beat in the changing room. I made 5 changes at the starting 11 that played at Stoke and got a really good point there as well, because at the moment I feel whatever 11 I put on the pitch, they're going to play well for me. So it's a really good position for me to be in. Indeed. So basically just saying, go into these games as you would go into the Sunderland game and the other game. I thought, but judging by the headline, that it was going to go a different way, and that it was about maintaining the unbeaten run, which I disagree with. Why do I disagree with? Let's say we have the next 4 games. If we win and then lose and then win and lose, how many points you got? Quick math, do you know? 6. But we lost a game. We lost 2 games. Oh my God, we lost 2 games. Oh my God, we lost 2 games. But if we draw, and then draw, and then draw, and then draw, how many points we got? 4. So, but we're unbeaten. Oh my God, we're 12 games unbeaten. Wow. Yeah. If you drew every game of the season, you would get 46 points and you would be relegated. You need to win games of football. We need to win games of football. We need to go to Portsmouth and try and win that game of football. And we need to go to Oxford and try and win that game of football. It's about winning games. So don't be scared to lose in the search for a win. The unbeaten run is of little consequence. The aim is to win the game. That's the aim. So there you go. Now moving on to this. From the club's new official website, millwallfc.co.uk. Millwall versus West Brom Albion selected for international broadcast. Millwall Sky Bet Championship fixture against West Bromwich Albion has been selected for international broadcast. The Baggies' visit to SC16 will now be shown overseas on television with no change to the scheduled date or kick-off time, which is Saturday the 15th February, 3 p.m. So this is, in a couple of months' time? In 80, it says there, 80 days, 16 hours, 38 minutes and 30 seconds. This move will affect the ability to stream the match on Millwall TV with passes unavailable in many locations. So yes, which again, one of the side effects of us being at the top of the table and being quite successful so far, fingers crossed, this season, is that we're going to be featured more on television, which means that if you are residing outside of the UK and Ireland, when you bought a match pass at the start of the season, expecting, okay, it's going to be this many Mill games that I can watch, some of them I won't be able to watch, that number that you are able to watch is start to reduce and go down. You can still watch the games in the countries that you're in, but you need to use the television company that has bought the rights and is showing it. Like in America, it's Paramount Plus, and other places is DAZN and Viaplay in Scandinavia and whatnot, wherever you are. So there are, you can still watch it, but you will need to watch it on those television services. So that's the case with this game as well. Now, moving on to this. So I told you at the time, Millwall TV, they sent someone, they got a press pass for the England under-20 game at Chesterfield, and they basically put the camera on Romain Esse and were just following him around the whole game. Which meant we actually got to see the goal that he scored. Very good goal that they put a clip of on X, Twitter. They said they were going to put out a video, and they have now put out the video. This is on Millwall TV Plus, so if you're subscribed to that, it's available now, and you can watch it. So Romain Esse represented England's under-20s over the November international break. A 1-1 draw in Poland followed a fixture against rivals Germany at Chesterfield's SMH Group Stadium, and Millwall TV Plus was there to document it all. Take a look at the video below, as Esse impressed for England, scoring a stylish goal and spoke on his prospects and more. So, like I said at the time, this is like a bit of PR. It's a bit of a puff piece. This is... it seems like this is some kind of advertisement of Romain Esse to potential suitors in some respects, in terms of which, if Mill will get a hefty transfer fee, Romain Esse can go to the Premier League, he can play for a Premier League team, he can get a bump in wages, he can, be happy, live happily ever after, as they go, as they say. So, now, talking of someone who wants to live happily ever after, the player Josh Stephensons, who left in the summer, he was offered a contract and just turned it down and went to Brentford. Although that was announced, but it never came to pass. It was never confirmed. And then we get hearing all sorts of things like, he's got an injury, a back injury or some kind of thing. They've actually now announced it today. So finally, after all this time, from the summer, now, what are we on? November? That's a hell of a long time. What, from July to November? Millwall Academy defender completes Premier League switch. Brentford have announced the signing of Millwall Academy defender Josh Stephensons on a 4-year contract. Stevenson won the Lions Academy Player of the Season last term and was crucial to their run in the FA Youth Cup semi-final. The 18-year-old was offered a professional deal with the Lions but has opted to join Brentford's B team. There is the option to extend his stay with the West Londoners for a further 12 months. So that could be a 5-year deal, which will take him up to the 23-year-old, which is, as mentioned in previous videos discussing the youth system and the compensation fees and that, 24 is when the compensation fee runs out. So if he hasn't made it by then, he will get dumped out. No fee, so there was no fee agreed. We could not agree a compensation fee, with the South London, so the fee will be decided by a tribunal. Brentford B team head coach Neil McFarlane said, "He's a good young defender we cannot wait to start working with. He's usually driven individual, and we look forward to pushing him to reach his future potential. We welcome him to the club and look forward to him continuing to develop during the time with us." Yeah, he's Scottish, by the way. So yeah, done and dusted. Well, not dusted, because we're still waiting to find out how much they're going to pay. But here's the thing, are they going to play him? Is he just going to be in training? Can you imagine if they start playing him and he plays a blinder? And then Millwall can point to that and say, look how good he is. And then that'll drive the fee up. So I wonder how they deal with that. That was from South London Press, londonnewsonline.co.uk, by the way. Talking of the youth, obviously we're going to do a match preview at the end of the video, so that's why I'm moving on to this. And we got this here. So I think they've sorted out the pictures, because we've got the heads in it now, so that's good. So from millwallfc.co.uk, Hearn features as lone trio face postponements. Look at the brother there. Look at this guy. He's jacked. He's looked like Akin Fenwa. Light. He's a bit lighter than him, but bro, like, you've been hitting the weights. He can't believe it. Look at his face. Oh my god. He can score. I didn't know you could do that. He's shocked. He's in shock. So that's Henry Hearn there in the middle. So this is the loan watch, the latest one. 3 of Millwall's loanees saw their fixtures postponed last weekend. For Chinockley, Kamal Grant and Shamal Lawson, the adverse weather saw the trio enjoy an unexpected weekend off. Sutton United's trip to FC Halifax Town was called off the day before, but Bromley and Ebbsfleet United's journeys to Salford City and AFC Flyde were already completed by the time their games fell foul of Storm Burt in the north. Elsewhere, Henry Hearn played 78 minutes as Hornchurch defeated Weymouth 1-0 in the Vanarama National League South, with Tom Leahy featuring for an hour as Woking were beaten 2-0 at Barnet in the division above. Kevin Nisbet came on at half-time as Aberdeen suffered a first loss of the Cinch Premiership campaign, 2-1 at St Mirren. Yeah, they lost 2-1. And they're playing again tonight. They're playing against his former team. Aberdeen away at Hibernian, Tuesday the 26th. Obviously, the game's already done and dusted, but I haven't looked it up because it's not that important. And the Henfield Town versus Hornchurch is tonight as well. So these are midweek games. They're all playing in midweek. So there's a picture there. Lovely stuff. Now, tomorrow, there are 2 games. There is an under-21 game as well. And that is at Mill's training ground. And this is from cardiffcityfc.co.uk. And I think there may be some confusion, which may cause a bit of a kerfuffle. So this is their under-21 match centre, as I say. Look, it's Wednesday the 27th, so that's tomorrow. 12 PM kickoff. Yeah. So this is the thing. Ticket information. Entry for this Wednesday's match at Millwall FC's training ground will be free for all supporters. And then they give the address. I believe you're not allowed in unless your name is on the list. You cannot just walk up and go, I'm here for today's game. They will tell you they'll ask your name if you're on the list. And if it's not, they will say you can't come in. So I would imagine Lurch, if he's on finished his cooking duties and is on the gate tomorrow, he's going to have to deal with a lot of angry Welshmen who think they're going to watch this game. All of the what do they call them? Ground hoppers, the 92ers. Well, this doesn't count as a 92, but the ground hoppers, because you see them on the websites and stuff that they talk about trying to get into Millwall's training ground to watch the games, and they say, "Oh well, no, we're not allowed. They won't let us in," and they're very upset about that because they want to tick it off on their little list in their little books about. I do wonder about these people. I don't know are you one of them? If you're watching this, no offense. If this hits a nerve of you, my apologies, but I do wonder, like, how much what is the point? Like, do you turn up? Do you enjoy watching the games? When you go to the game, do you actually watch and connect with it and get involved with it? Or is it just about, I turned up and I'm here. Okay, TikTok, tick it off my list, boom, and I'm off. Like, does it matter? Like, do you care? I don't know, but, so yeah. that game is tomorrow at 12, so we'll see how that goes. And should be fun if you can actually watch the game, because Mill's training ground backs onto the Ravensbourne River. So the good pitch is further away from the river on the inside, so it's closer to the road. So you can stand on the pavement and watch the pitch that they play the games on. It's end to end, so you get one really good view of one end and bad view of the other. It's not side on. And the fence has gaps for it, so you can look through. Yeah, we'll see how that works out. Now, I told you about this before. The Junior Lion Christmas fight is this Sunday. Now, what happened? So, I told you all about it. Apparently, it's a big thing this year. They're doing a pantomime and all kinds of stuff. The tickets sold out. So, if you looked at it and you were trying to get a ticket and you saw that it was sold out, they've added some more tickets. So, go back in and have a look and see if you can get tickets for it. This is from the ticketing website that you get to through Millwall. These are the events that they're selling tickets for. Junior Lions Christmas Party, 2:00 this Sunday. It's you do need to be a junior member to go, at least, or junior season ticket holder. If you were trying to get tickets and saw that they were sold out, they've just put some more tickets up. So check that out. Now, let's start previewing this game tomorrow then, shall we? But before that, we start off with the results today, because obviously half of the championship plays on Tuesday and the other half plays on Wednesday. And here we go. So these are the results. Burnley 2, Coventry 0, Hull 0, Sheffield Wednesday 2, Sheffield United 3, Oxford 0, Norwich 6, yes, 6, the same amount of fingers that people from Norwich have, 6 on one hand. Plymouth 1, so 6-1, and that's relevant to us, and I'll show you in a minute why. Stoke 0, Preston 0, Watford 1, Bristol City 0, and Sunderland 0, West Brom 0. So again, another draw for West Brom. They love a good old draw, don't they, West Brom? They absolutely love it. So here we go. This is where we are now. We're 8th in the table on 24 points. If we win tomorrow's game by a goal difference of +2, so that will be 2-0, 3-1, etc., 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 we will go up to 7th, go above West Brom. If we score a lot of goals and Middlesbrough lose, we could go into 6th, but I'm not counting on that. I'll just be happy with going up. I'll be happy with winning the game and going up the one place. As you can see with Norwich, so they won 6-1. That gives them an extra +5 on their goal difference. So they are now 2 points behind us, and their goal difference is +6. So that helps them out to quite some extent, because now their goal difference is 1 better than ours. 1 better than ours. So there is that. And obviously Watford played today and they won. And obviously I would imagine our aim, realistically, is to either get 5th or 6th. You would think that Middlesbrough are actually a pretty decent side. I don't know why they're struggling so hard. Maybe they just played all the hard teams, and I don't know what it is. But they've scored the most goals, or apart from Norwich, they scored 29. So you would think, realistically, we've got to try and catch Watford. So who you can see have the worst defence in the top half, apart from Norwich. So there you go. So Norwich have scored the most goals of all the top half teams, or all teams in the league actually, but they've conceded the most goals of teams in the top half with 25. But that's what I was saying before about winning games and losing games. You win games and then you lose games, but you get more points. Better than drawing. Which is basically what these teams are doing, what Watford are doing and what Middlesbrough are doing. Watford, 9 wins, 2 draws, 6 defeats. Middlesbrough, 8 wins, 3 draws, 5 defeats. Then you got West Brom with their 9 draws. It's not the best. It's not the best. You need to win games of football. And talking about games of football, here we go. So this is from millwallfc.co.uk. So Portsmouth issue away fan guide to Millwall supporters. And I've seen it, and I'm going to show you it. Here it is here. And obviously this isn't, I don't think, specifically for us. I don't believe it is. But how thick do they think people are? So you've got about the driving and the parking and all that. Away coaches, travel by train, more on that in a minute. Travel by train. But here, look. Your ticket. Maybe it's because kids, they don't handle paper tickets anymore. Like train tickets are all electric, bus tickets, you know what I mean? So maybe they have to do this for them because they're fucking morons. But literally, Portsmouth versus Port Vale, number 7 fixture. This is the game that your ticket is valid for. Stand. This is the stand that you will go to. This is your seat. Block, row, seat. These are the turnstiles that you walk through. This is the barcode that you use. It is a magic system of black and white lines that the computer can read. Like, I don't know. Here's the prices. I don't know if can you use cash? I don't know if it does. You'd imagine if you can't use cash, they would have said that you can't use cash. There's designated away pub. It's called the Good Companion. ISIS Budget Hotel. I'm sure that's Ibis. Okay. Musical instruments. Any visiting fan planning on bringing a drum or other musical instrument should email the club in advance of the fixture so we can advise. Bring a banjo, violin, something like that. Why not? And here's all of the shit. So there you go. And there's a picture, so you know where to go. So there's that. If you've never been before, I've never been. Now, if you were planning on going, and then so what happened was, if you were going by train, some emergency engineering works popped up. I think it might be to do with leaves or something like that. And what they did is they cancelled the trains coming back to London. And then there was one way of getting back, but it would meant that you had to get a train from Fratton to Havant, and then get the replacement bus from Havant to a place called Haslemere, and then get on a train there back to London. And I think the difference, there was a 7-minute turnaround. So if you miss... So if the replacement bus gets caught in traffic or just gets caught with too many red lights, you're really gonna have to run for it, or you're gonna be stuck in Haslemere all night. So some bright spark has decided, this isn't a good idea to do this to people. But if you've already given your ticket away, they've stitched you up like a kipper, because they now have put on a train for Millwall fans after this game that will take them back to London. It's a special just for us. It's leaving Fratton at 10:42, so you're gonna have to get to the station and stick around. Let's say the game, obviously we've got all this injury time and stuff going on nowadays, so the game will probably finish about 9:40, 9:45. By the time you walk to the station, it'll probably be they'll keep you in afterwards, I would imagine, until the locals have just dispersed. So by the time you actually get out of the ground and can start walking towards the train station, maybe they'll bubble you up and escort you there. that might be around about 10 past 10. So you're probably gonna have to sit at Fratton station for about half an hour. Maybe the train's gonna, if you're lucky, the train's already gonna be on the platform waiting for you. They might do that because there's no other trains going. Because as you can see, the first train before that is 9:40, and then you can see after that rail replacement. So what they've done is they've put on this service that goes from Fratton non-stop all the way to Clapham Junction and then to Waterloo. So like I said, if you saw that the trains were messed up yesterday and you gave away your ticket, I mean, they've stitched you up right and proper. But yeah. So let's get into it. Here we go. So obviously I've already done this once this season. We played them in when was it? A couple of months ago, August. Was it the second game of the season? Wasn't it? Second or third game of the season? Yeah, 13th of August in the League Cup. We went there. We won 1-0 with a heavily changed team, and Portsmouth were very poor. But I think they had a heavily changed team as well, because they want to stay in this division. It's very important for them, but they're not doing too well at the moment. So we'll just go through this if you missed it last time. On our trips to Portsmouth in the early years, not too bad really. I mean, you can see in the first 5 we only lost once, and then you get to the 1970s and the 1980s. And even the 1990s, this is a horrendous run without a win. So we win on the 3rd of April 1971. We have a 2-0 win in League Division 2. And then there are many games after many years, including in 1992 a 6-1 defeat, Anglo-Italian Cup draw. And we don't win again until September 1995, a 1-0 win. So we lose or draw that's got to be more than 12 games, 15 games. And then we go back, we get a win there, and then it goes back to losing and drawing until 2012. Obviously, we win. So between then, they had their moment in the sun. They were in the Premier League, had a pretty decent team. Didn't they get to the FA Cup final? I don't think they won it, but they got there. I think they were in Europe because of that as well. But then obviously the money fell apart. It fell apart. They fell away. They went down to League One, and they've just come back up, and now we're playing them. We are playing them for a league game for the first time since 2012. So there you go. But you can see the last 3 games, we're unbeaten in 3 games. Going to Fratton Park, Boxing Day 2010, a 1-1 draw. April 2012, a 1-0 win. And the game in August, the Cup game, League Cup game, a 1-0 win. And if we go through, actually, that is a scoreline that pops up a hell of a lot when we win. So there's not many wins, so let's just have a look through them. 1-0 win, 1-0 win, 1-0 win, 2-0 win. Must have been good that year. That was the final one. That was the little flourish before we went on this horrible run. Back again, 1-0 win, 1-0 win, 1-0 win. So all of the wins at Fratton Park have been 1-0 wins, apart from one game that was a 2-0 win. So this is not an easy game. This is not an easy game. This could be the game that ends the unbeaten run. Again. I think we should try and win the game. I don't want to just maintain an unbeaten run for the sake of maintaining an unbeaten run. This is from whoscored.com. And as you can see, here we go. We've got the last 5 games. It's 2 at Portsmouth. It's two wins for Portsmouth, 2 wins for Millwall, and 1 draw. Not many goals. 5 goals in 5 games for Portsmouth, and 3 goals in 5 games for Millwall, and the same amount of yellow cards, 5 each. This is where we are in the table at the moment. We are 8th. They are 23rd. And they need to win, because if we do that and go down and look at them, they are now 3 points behind the team that is above them. They are 3 points. And if you look, so Hull haven't won in 6 games. Preston haven't won in 6 games. Queen's Park Rangers haven't won in 6 games. But Portsmouth have won 2 games in their last 6. Queen's Park Rangers 1, Portsmouth 2, and Portsmouth 3, Preston 1. So that's kind of worrying. That is kind of worrying. Interestingly, those are their first and only 2 wins of the season. If you look at the numbers over here on the left hand side, 15 games, 2 wins, 6 draws, 7 defeats. So they have started to win games. Right, so if we go back, if we look at, what are we looking at? We're looking at that. So this is home form. They've only played 7. They've won 1, drawn 3, lost 3. Only scored 6 goals in 7 home games. Conceded 10. Okay. Their last home game was their first home win of the season. Now away games. Again, we have only won 1 away game all season. That was at Swansea, the 1-0 win. Again, that was a game that was heading to a 0-0 draw until Casper Lenore popped up right at the end. Two substitutes combined, or was he on? He didn't start the game, did he? He came on, and Aziz came on. So again, substitutions changed the game. The form. As you can see, we're the best team in the league over the last 6 games. We've won 4, we've drawn 2, lost 0, only conceded 2 goals. Obviously, Jake Cooper is out injured. Obviously, Hutch made a mistake in the last game. We hope that if he gets the cobwebs off him, he can go back to the hold Hutch that is solid. But we wait to see. They're 15th. So, like I said, they've won the 2 games that they won all season. In the last 6 games, they have improved. They are getting better. This is not an easy game. We could lose this game. If we go down, you can see they have only kept 1 clean sheet at home in the last 6 games. It was against the league leaders, Sheffield United. But they also failed to score in that game. That was a 0-0 draw. They also failed to score against West Brom. But they did score against Sunderland and 1 goal, scored 1 goal against Oxford, scored 1 goal against Sheffield Wednesday, and they scored 3 goals and won the game against Preston, which was that was their first home win of the season. They figured something out. They know what they knew. They know what they need to do now. We need to do something about that. Because if you look at our away form, not only are we not getting the results, we're not getting any goals, really, or the clean sheets, to some extent. We failed to score at West Brom, at Cardiff, and at Hull. We failed to keep a clean sheet against Queen's Park Rangers, against Cardiff, and against Stoke. In the games where we have kept clean sheets are the games where we got results. Swansea, West Brom and Hull. Can we keep a clean sheet tomorrow? Can we score more than 1 goal? which way is it going to go? For all the attacking talent that we have, they ain't scoring goals. And now that's Neil Harris, for some reason, has decided to throw Tom Bradshaw into the mix, which makes our attack even worse. So here's the strengths and weaknesses, style of play. Let's see. He hasn't commented yet. Right. So let's go on to the prediction that they think is going to happen. They got quite a few players out injured as well. Match facts. There have been under 2.5 goals scored in Mill's last 9 games. Again, very tight. Mill won their last 4 matches against Portsmouth in all competitions. So we have won. We have won our last 4 matches against Portsmouth in all competitions. That's home and away. Mill have been winning at both half-time and full-time in their last 3 matches against Portsmouth in all competitions. So this is a thing that's vitally important that Neil Harris talks about a lot, is the first goal. If you score the first goal in the Championship, that's it. Because you've got good quality players. You've got good defenders, so it makes it harder for the opposition to score. And you've got good attackers, so once the opposition have to come at you and they try to get that goal, you can get them on the break, which might be important for us. We saw the goal at the end of the last game with Amaku and Ivanovic and Aziz. They've all got pace, Esse as well. So they say Portsmouth game against Blackburn on Saturday was called off due to a waterlogged Ewood Park pitch, meaning the home side have now a game in hand on the sides around them in a relegation battle. John Mazzinio's men have won just 2 of their opening 15 Championship matches this season, leaving them 23rd in the standings. Substitute Femi Aziz was the hero for Mill at the weekend as he turned in an Adomio Amaku cross deep into stoppage time to rescue a point against Sunderland. Neil Harris' side find themselves on the cusp of the playoff places after an 8-game unbeaten streak. And they say, Portsmouth 0, Millwall 1. Okay. So let's move on to this. Lastly, finally, this is from sportsmole.co.uk. And this is their preview prediction team news lineup for the game tomorrow. Millwall will look to extend their 8-game unbeaten run when they travel to Fratton Park for Wednesday's Championship clash with Portsmouth. The Lions will head into the midweek round of fixtures in 8th position, while Pompey are languishing in 23rd place in the Championship table. Portsmouth are still waiting to play their first game following the international break after Saturday's away meeting with Blackburn Rovers was postponed due to a waterlogged pitch. Following the postponement, Pompey boss John Messina would have quickly turned his focus to Wednesday's home fixture against Millwall, with his side keen to build upon the victory that they recorded in their most recent outing against Preston North End. On that occasion, Josh Murphy, Connor Ogilvie and Colby Bishop all got on the score sheet to fire Pompey to a 3-1 victory, representing their first home win of the season. Pompey will have to start picking up wins on a more consistent basis if they are to close the 4-point gap to safety and avoid an immediate return to League One. However, their hopes of claiming all 3 points against Millwall may be tempered by the fact that they have failed to win their previous 5 head-to-head meetings since they picked up a 1-0 away victory in October 2010. In contrast to their hosts, Millwall are operating in the top half of the table after winning 6, drawing 6 and losing 4 of their 16 league matches. The Lions have proven to be a tough team to beat in recent times, having put together an 8-game unbeaten run since they lost to Cardiff City at the start of October. Neil Harris' side kicked off that encouraging run of form with back-to-back draws before they recorded 4 consecutive 1-0 victories. After playing out a 1-1 draw with Stoke before the international break, Mill went on to repeat that scoreline in Saturday's away clash against Sunderland, with Femi Aziz netting a 93rd minute winner to extend his team's unbeaten streak. Millwall, who are 2 points adrift of the playoffs, will now look to continue their impressive record against Portsmouth, having won each of their previous 4 competitive meetings, including a 1-0 win in August's EFL Cup clash at Fratton Park. Team news. The hosts will also be without the services of Jordan Williams, who, and Iban Bowat, who, due to hamstring and knee injuries. Messino recently revealed that Connor Shaughnessy will be out for the rest of 2024 after picking up another calf issue in training. Bishop could be given more valuable minutes off the bench after he made a surprise return following heart surgery to score in a 3-1 win over Preston. Well, that's us. We're losing this game then, aren't we? We're losing the game. They got a geezer coming back from heart surgery who scored. We're toast. We're done. As for the visitors, Harris has confirmed that defender Jake Cooper will be sidelined for around 10 weeks due to a knee injury. Callum Scanlon is also expected to miss the away trip, while Josh Coburn will have to be assessed after he appeared to pick up a knock at the weekend. Billy Mitchell and Adam Mayer are closing in on a return to fitness, but it remains to be seen whether either of the pair will be ready for Wednesday's away trip. And we say Portsmouth 1, Millwall 1. Millwall have enjoyed success in their recent meetings with Pompey, but the Lions have won just one away league game this season. With that in mind, we think that they will have to settle for a point on Tuesday, especially as they have drawn 4 of their previous 6 away matches. So yeah, they think it's going to be a draw. What do you think? What do I think? Again, it's a team selection, you know. How, why, where, who? How is Tom Bradshaw being given so much time on the pitch? Being given 45 minutes here, 45 minutes there, like, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. You would think that this is a game that we should win. We won in the League Cup, so why would we not win? I think it entirely depends on the team selection, and if Bradshaw's selected, you know, especially, can you imagine if Coburn isn't fit enough to start, and then we start with Bradshaw up front? Like, it's just going to be rubbish, and then he's going to come in at half time, and he's just going to change the instructions, give them a little chat, and send them out again. He's not going to take Bradshaw off at half time if he has a stinker. Whereas if it was anyone else, he would. And yeah, as just mentioned, you know, you've got the geezer coming back from heart surgery. He scores. You've got the fact that we're on this unbeaten run, which unbeaten this season and unbeaten against them in 4 or 5 games. I think we're going to lose this game. Like, we haven't kept a clean sheet in 2 games. We're not scoring more than 1 goal. So if we can't keep a clean sheet, we're not going to win, which is what they say here. They think it's going to be 1-1. Yeah, I mean, we should be winning it 2-0, but I could see us losing it 2-1, to be honest. Would not surprise me. So, what am I going to go with? What I'm going to stick with? I'm going to go 2-1 to Portsmouth. Yeah. I am. I don't know why. I just got a feeling, you know. I think we're going to lose 2-1. And on that note, please don't hate me. And goodbye.